To close the achievement gap, I had three different ideas. One is more resources, two is get parents more involved, and for my third idea, I decided to go on a little adventure to a real school district, and ask real people. JLCazares.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You're an assistant principal, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, I have a question for you for my ASU project, and I was wondering if you could help me with it, having to do with the achievement gap.
Sure, no problem.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so my question for you is, if school districts across the nation were to redistrict and move students from high socioeconomic areas to schools in low socioeconomic areas, would it help close the achievement gap?
Yes, I believe it would definitely help close the achievement gap, because those who are in higher economic socio areas have a lot more parental support. The parents sometimes are not both working, just one. And in the low, you have a lot of them that are struggling just to make ends meet. They're struggling to get food on the table, they're struggling to meet their everyday needs. So it would definitely help. However, it's probably not a problem that's easily going to be solved.
You're a principal here at junior high. I wanted to ask you a couple questions, if you're okay with that.
That's fine.
If you took half of the population of that low economic school and you switched it with one that has a predominantly high economic school, and you swapped the students there about half and half and had them attend each other's schools, would that close the achievement gap at all?
I think it would. It would definitely close the achievement gap, because kids learn best from kids. If they're all hanging out, and the best way to learn is with somebody your age, and if you're feeding off of them, you see how they learn or what they're doing. Yes, most definitely. However, there's too many things that will inhibit that from happening. But do I think that they would close the achievement gap? Yes, they would have. I think we would see a huge growth, but like I said, unfortunately, I don't think that society would accept that.
Why do you think society won't accept that?
Socioeconomic kids are automatically come with more vocabulary as kids. When you have a good socioeconomic family, you have parents who are looking out for their kids when they come home to help them study, to help them do a bunch of things. Whereas in the low income, not that they're not there to, most of the time they're not there to help because they're too busy trying to make a living. So we have kids who are home alone and that perhaps don't have the same opportunities that kids with the social or financially better off.
Okay.
So that's why I think not only they're better off during school, but also after school.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, I'm JLCazares. I'm doing an ASU project. I believe you're an associate superintendent, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. The idea that I have, and it's a question right here, is if school districts across the nation were to redistrict and move students from high socioeconomic areas and to the schools in low socioeconomic areas, and we would mix them, would it help close the achievement gap?
Okay. So we're going to talk about three different things. We're going to talk about the economic impact of this, the cultural impact of this, and also the expectations that we have of our curriculum, our teachers, and our parents. Okay, and we'll do that real quickly. So first of all, let's talk about the economics. So in order to integrate, because that's what you're really asking us to do, is actually, it doesn't sound like you, by your question, if you want to do it voluntarily or if you want to do it by a forced integration, okay? So in order to, when we do this and we're going to integrate two socioeconomic groups, you're talking about busing, economic factor on your school district. Can you sustain such an idea for a long time? Because you'd want to see also does mixing those two cultures work together as well. So let's talk about cultural reason real quickly. about it. So there are different cultures. Each school creates their own culture of their own school, and besides the culture of their school is the culture of their neighborhood. So some of your question might be, does the culture of your lower socioeconomic neighborhood, do they even want to be moved from their neighborhood school out 20 miles away to a different socioeconomic school that might have some different resources, that might have better scores? So some of those reasons might be convenience of locality. What about parent involvement? How do we get parents involved if they have to travel 20 minutes to go out there? What happens if they don't have a car? And that could be a very big reason for staying in there and for what's causing some of their poverty issues. So, and then the last one that I would talk about then also is the expectations of the curriculum, of the teachers, and of the parents. So first of all, we have to have quality curriculum, okay? And in that quality curriculum, we have to have material that is student-centered, that's making students do the thinking and letting the teachers do the facilitating. Big if we're going to reduce the achievement gaps. The more we get kids to think, the higher levels they're going to think at, the more prosperous they're going to be. The teachers, we have to make sure that our teachers have the same expectations across the district. It shouldn't matter what school you're teaching at. Do we have that same expectations? And within that expectations, though, at a lower socioeconomic school, yes, they're going to have more stress factors to deal with. They're going to have kids who might not have the most nourishing meal at night. They might have a parent in prison. Their parents might also have to work 2 to 3 jobs in order to sustain their family household. Those are major stress factors on kids, so we have to be concerned about that as well. But in school, while we take in that onto consideration, we also have to make sure our expectations of learning are equal to that of other places. And then of the parents, okay? So our final one is the parents. What are the expectations of the parents? A lot of our parents just say, they just support the school so much. Thank you for everything you do here at the school. But we also have to make sure that our parents have expectations for their kids that go beyond just their middle school experience or their high school experience, that they're thinking about their futures. We know that when kids are thinking and dreaming about their futures, then they have something to reach for. And when parents are a part of those dreams and those expectations, they change the world. They break down poverty. They break down those barriers to poverty. So, and then I'll just finish up. In our district, we're a big AVID district. So there's national programs that are designed to decrease those the achievement gap, and one of those is AVID, and we do that by supporting kids and making sure that kids have full access to accelerated classes or advanced placement classes. And I think when you consider all those factors, you put all those factors together, that's where you're going to be able to close the achievement gap.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much.